Now, one thing I want to mention about this device is it does have excellent battery life, but I'm going to share a few ways to actually improve the battery life on this device. So make sure you stay locked in to the end of the video if you're brand new to the channel. If you're already a part of the crew, salute. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first way to actually save battery on the Moto G Stylus 2024. And the first way to save battery is by going into your settings, then going down into display. And then what you want to actually do is turn off your 120 hertz refresh rate and put it on auto or smart optimization. So the higher the display refresh rate, it's going to allow smoother viewing, but when that's actually on, it's going to drain the battery faster. Now, the second way to save battery is by going into your settings one more time. And this time you're going to go into battery right now. So go into your settings, then click battery right down below. Then what you want to do is turn on adaptive battery. And so this is called adaptive battery mode. It will limit battery for apps that you don't use to extend battery life. Adaptive battery limits the battery for infrequent apps used, and your phone will learn how to use apps over time. Now, another thing you can do is turn on this feature right here on the notification panel where it's called data saver. And so if you turn that on right here, it says right here, unrestricted data, 2 apps allowed to use unrestricted data when data saver is on. So this helps reduce data usage. Data saver prevents some apps from sending or receiving data in the background. An app you're currently using can access data, but may do so less frequently. This may mean, for example, that images don't display until you tap them. So with the data saver feature turned on, to limit the amount of data going through your phone and being used at one single time so that you can actually get better performance on here. Now, the next way to save battery is to lower your brightness right here, as you can see, or you could put it on auto brightness just by tapping this little A icon right there. When it lights up, you know it's on auto brightness, and it'll give you optimal brightness on the display so that you don't have to adjust it. It'll do it automatically, and that actually helps save battery throughout the day. The next way to save battery on the Moto G Stylus is to use dark theme. So if you have the dark theme turned off, it's going to give you the notifications in a white panel right here. And whenever this white panel is showing, it's using more light from the panel of the display on the phone. So what you want to do is turn it on, turn that dark theme on, because whenever you have darker colors on this panel, it's going to actually use less power, giving you a better battery life throughout the rest of the day. Now, one of the benefits of this device is that the phone will show notifications whenever they come in on your peak display. So one of the things you can do is go into settings, and you can actually turn this feature off to save battery. So you want to go into settings, then you want to go to home and lock screen, go into lock screen right there. And then when you see the option that says wake screen for notification, turn the screen on for a moment when you receive a notification. So you could actually turn that feature off so that the display doesn't actually turn on every time you get a notification, which will actually save battery because you'll be using your display a little bit less, which is going to actually offer better battery life throughout the day. Another way to save battery is by going into your gestures feature inside of settings. Go ahead, hit that. And what you want to do is tap on the feature right here. It's called flip to D&D. Now, I use this all the time. It basically keeps you distraction free. It's going to block all your phone calls, messages. When you turn the phone face down, you'll still hear alarms in do not disturb mode. And you can also give you some settings right here so you can control the behavior. So if you turn it on, it says what can interrupt do not disturb. It gives you some options here. So people, phone calls, you can actually allow certain people to call you or message you. Now this next feature is called, extra dim. Basically, when you have this feature turned on, it's gonna basically make your screen display dimmer. You can actually give it the intensity that you want. Keep on after display restart, when the device restarts. Extra dim shortcut. And so it says right here, extra dim can be helpful when your phone's default minimum brightness is too bright, or your phone's in a dark situation like at night or in a dark room before you go to bed. It's going to help you look at the display if it's too bright. But that also actually saves battery as well, because it's using less brightness on your display, giving you a longer battery life. They also have a feature on here inside of battery settings, which is actually specifically for saving battery. So what you want to do is go into battery right here. And then this is the one right here, improve battery while inactive. So uses AI to learn your behavior and limit background apps when your phone is inactive. And so I definitely turn that on. I also turn on slow charge notifications, so you can receive a notification when your phone is, slow charging. You can also get the overcharge protection. So if you have your phone on the charger for too long, it's going to limit it to 80 until your device is plugged in. So it says right here, to keep your battery healthy and prevent long-term overcharging, the amount of time spent charging between 80 and 100. Charging is limited to 80 until your device is plugged in. So this actually helps protect your battery over time, which is another cool thing. Then you get optimized charging, which is going to charge your phone more efficiently. It's going to learn your patterns. So I definitely think that's going to help you. And then they have that option where you can customize it right there. You can see how it works. And then learning your charging behavior. So it just gives you a brief description of that. Then you could turn on adaptive battery, so it can limit the battery on certain apps. Then you get your battery saver right here, which you can schedule, turn off at 90%, everything like that. So if you want to save battery, you can schedule it to save battery at a certain time of the day, or you could turn it on at 90% when the battery saver turns off and the battery reaches 90, it's going to turn off. So these are all really useful features. As you can see, my battery for the day, I've been getting 6 hours and 47 minutes of screen on time, and I still have 36% left on this device. So I've been using it since basically 7 a.m. this morning, and it's now 8:42 p.m. and I've been getting excellent battery life every single time when I'm using this device. So if you are trying to improve your battery life, use these tips to help you increase your battery. And if you have any tips as well that are helpful, leave those in the comment section down below. I know they also have the Moto unplugged mode, which it limits some apps that you're able to basically use. So find your balance. Moto unplugged is unique to you. Start your session anytime. So basically the Moto unplugged needs permission, so you have to allow it. Then go down to Moto unplugged, allow it right there. And now you can use the feature. So you're going to continue, start, and basically what's going to end up happening is it's going to take your screen time on your phone. It's going to make it allow you to actually, you kind of tailor it. So right here you can see session time. You could do 30 minutes, you could do an hour, you could do 2 hours, you could do no time limit, and then you can just say no time limit and then start. So now it says right here, you can end session by tapping the exit icon. So now look at this. It says enjoy your first unplugged session. See the apps you've chosen, but nothing else. So it'll limit certain apps. Notifications won't appear in the notification curtain, but you could still get calls and messages you choose. And you could also, it says right here, end the session as well. So it limits your phones. You can't really do nothing except call, text, and use the camera. And that's going to be tremendous when it comes to saving battery on here. So you just go ahead, end session. And now you can return back to your normal mode that you were using the phone in, which is, the full capabilities, and that's going to actually stretch your battery much longer throughout the day. And I almost forgot, the last thing I wanted to show you is this feature right here. So you know how you have the peak display when you single tap and you get your notifications? Well, this is basically the always on display feature from Moto. So that will go on and off depending on what notifications you're getting throughout the day. Basically, all you have to do is go into home screen and lock settings inside of the settings option. So just click right here, go to lock screen right here, and then you're gonna go into customize lock screen. So you're gonna see right here you have your lock screen. Now just tap this icon right here, and this is the one with the bubbles where you get all your notifications. So you want to turn that on if you want to get the notifications. But you have chip and you have list, and so basically that makes it look a lot different. So let me show you what I'm talking about. You lock the screen and you tap it once. All you're going to see is your clock and the time, date, day, and the weather. That's it right there. So if you want to, that's the one. If you want to go back in and I'll show you right here, you get chip. So you lock the screen. I like this phone because it has double tap to lock. And right here you have that list view, double tap. And you can still see your notifications in this way right here. So that's kind of cool too. And this, I like that animation, how it goes across back and forth. That's crazy. And then the clear button, it shows up when you go to the bottom. And then you could actually, so that's the second one. And then the third one is actually the one where you get all your notifications right there. So let's lock it again. And then now you got your notifications down here. So depending on which one you want to choose, it's up to you. But the do not disturb feature works very well. You get your vibration, so you know that the phone is not being alerted on here. So definitely some really solid battery saving tips. So hopefully these tips did resonate with you. Hopefully you were able to find them helpful. But if you did, make sure you just type down below, I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me. And I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people and help boost the engagement on this video. I'll hit you guys back. I'll check you later. Peace. Later, crew.